Charlie Brown and Linus are having a lazy day at home. Linus is occupied with a book and Charlie Brown is watching the Super Bowl on TV. Suddenly, he sees a girl in the audience in a honey shot. He sees her again and is crushed when the game ends, feeling he will never see her again. He tells Linus that he cannot go through his life knowing somewhere out there's a girl that was meant for him and that he will never get to meet her. The next day, Linus comes over to Charlie Brown's house and he's followed by Snoopy and Woodstock. Charlie Brown tells Linus that he cannot get his mind off the girl who he saw on TV. The two decide to go on a search for this girl. They first go to the stadium and try to find where the girl sat. Charlie Brown remembers that she was sitting in row 13 because 13 is his lucky number. He asks Linus to sit down and smile and wave and says that is how she was. Meanwhile, Snoopy and Woodstock are playing around with the football. Snoopy gets Woodstock to catch the ball. Snoopy throws the ball but lands on Woodstock. They go into the workout room and Snoopy gets stuck on one of the machines. Charlie Brown and Linus go into the ticket booth and ask who is sitting in the seat. The staff do not know who were in those seats, but they suggest the two check the season ticket records downtown, which is where they go. Charlie Brown is too nervous to ask for the list of names, so he asks Linus to do it. Linus is given a list of names, addresses, and phone numbers of those who are sitting in that row of seats. Linus reports back to Charlie Brown and the two set out to find the girl. Meanwhile, Snoopy and Woodstock get a drink from the water fountain and nearly drown in it. Linus and Charlie Brown arrive at the first house, where a girl, about the same age as them, answers the door. Charlie Brown is not able to talk due to his nervousness, but manages to give Linus a thumbs down, as if to say this is not the girl. The next house they go to, they are answered by a pretty teenager. Linus tells her that one of his friends might have a crush on her, to which she gets excited. However, she gets annoyed when she finds out that it's Charlie Brown, a small boy who likes her and tells him to get lost. The next place they go to is a property called Happy Valley Farm. Snoopy and Woodstock manage to get there before Charlie Brown and Linus, and a vicious cat is bothering Woodstock. Snoopy tries to warn Charlie Brown and Linus about the cat, but the two ignore his warning until the cat starts chasing them. Linus escapes the cat and finds another entrance to the house where Charlie Brown is still being chased. Linus knocks on the door, and the long sought after girl named Mary Jo answers. When he discovers she owns a security blanket, Linus falls for her right away and forgets the only reason he found her was to help Charlie Brown. Mary Jo invites Linus in. Meanwhile, Charlie Brown gets chased out of the yard and decides to wait, completely unaware of what Linus is doing inside. Snoopy scares off the cat and goes into Mary Jo's house. The two eventually even ignore Charlie Brown. Eventually, Linus leaves her house and the cat in front of him, reformed. When Charlie Brown realizes he just stole his potential girlfriend, he is very upset and runs off, screaming in disbelief. As Charlie Brown is walking home, he appears to be very depressed. He also appears to be somewhat happy about dreaming about love. He goes to sleep, and the next day there is a knock at the door. Charlie Brown gets excited hoping it's Mary Jo, but it turns out to be Snoopy. Charlie Brown walks out of his house depressed. Charlie Brown meets Linus at the wall, and they discuss the previous day. Linus then checks his watch and realizes that he has to go, as he is invited to Mary Jo's house for a barbecue. Charlie Brown pulls out a book and reads a couple of old sayings about love. He then says, "I can't stand it," sighs, and decides that he and Mary Jo were never meant to be.